So my first question for the both of you, you're obviously sisters in real life. And I'm just kind of curious what it's like actually starring as sisters in a movie like this. Is it like challenging at all to kind of recreate that dynamic on film, or did it make it easier?
You know what? Honestly, I feel like because we actually don't fight like at all in
Hmm.
real life. So that was really fun getting to throw each other around a little, and not get in trouble for it, I guess. But no, it was so much fun getting to work with her. I had the best time ever. And I feel like because we already have so much chemistry, it was just so easy to get into the zone of just like, I don't know, arguing, but not taking it personally, like after we're literally best friends.
One of my favorite parts of getting to work with Maddie, obviously, it was one of our dream come true ever. It was
Hmm.
literally our 2024 goal
Yeah.
of this year. And what I like is when we have scenes together, we can practice all the time, off and on
Yeah.
set, because it really helps that we're
That was
sisters.
definitely my favorite part too, because I love to be prepared and getting to just be like, oh, Violet, can we run lines real quick? All I probably annoyed her a little bit with that, but it's okay. Like that was my favorite part because I always felt so prepared. And especially because Violet makes me feel always so comfortable. And whenever I'm with her, I'm not nervous, like ever. So definitely getting to be on set with her made me feel a lot better.
Sure, definitely. And it's so believable too, especially some of the scenes you have in the beginning when you guys are fighting and at each other's throats. It's just like, oh man, it's intense, but it's
Thank
real.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So, again, another question for both of you. Neither of you are strangers to the horror genre. Obviously, Madeline, the Black Phone, which I love that movie.
Thank
Violet,
you.
yeah, yeah, Violet with Megan and Separation, which is a movie that I really like. I think more people should talk about it. What was it about the Curse and Necklace that kind of stood out to you that made you really want to get involved with this project?
I think one that we got to work together for sure, and we got to be executive producers, which
Hmm.
is also amazing. And we had so much respect for like producers already, and getting to
And just
be
everyone on set in general.
and getting to be on that side of things, we're like, oh my gosh, our respect for them is like even more
I
even
didn't
more respect.
I don't think my mind fully processed how much work it actually is just to be a producer in general, and also just all the time it takes to make things happen on set, even little things like how the necklace should look. That was
Three
actually a
hours.
3 hour call.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not sure if that was like the longest call we had because there were so many calls
Yes.
and they were very, very long too. But that's actually the part that I didn't know about. I didn't know how many calls there actually
There
were.
were quite a
But
lot.
that was very fun to be a part of and actually sit in on those calls and get to have an opinion. And it's funny because adults would actually listen to what we had to say. And especially JP, like I feel like he was so receptive with us, and he always asked for our opinions and always made sure we were very safe and comfortable. JP's the director, by the way.
Mhm.
I don't think I said that.
Sure.
But yeah, all around it was just such an amazing experience.
Sure.
Sure. No, definitely. I was going to ask you that too. I know you were executive producers here. I'm sure it was challenging. Was it something you'd want to do again, or is it
Oh yeah,
so
Yeah,
much?
100%. I wish I could be a producer on everything I worked on.
Oh,
it was
wow.
really fun.
Sure. I'm sure it's super rewarding. Violet, you and Henry Thomas were both in Haunting of Hill House, and you brought him back here. What was it like kind of working with him again? I mean, the project is kind of similar in that it's both horror related and there's a lot of family drama, but also you're like the character dynamic is totally different in here.
Yes, I would say, oh my gosh, I love Henry so much. He's
Mhm.
so sweet. He was sweet to me and Maddie. And I remember working with him and I was like 6 years old. He has had so much patience with me and just gave me advice, which was amazing. And Henry, getting to see him after um, such a long time ago, it was really lovely getting to work with him. And he's a very talented actor.
Yeah, I feel like maybe this is just because I watched them both in The Haunting of Hill House. But because their love in Hill House was so strong, I don't know, I feel like it carried on into
Yeah.
the necklace, and you could see it so vividly on screen. Like them on screen together is one of my favorite things ever. You can just see their genuine connection with each other.
Nope, you totally can. I think it totally
Yeah.
comes across. It's fun to watch. Maddie, you got a couple different scenes, big scenes that I'm really curious to talk to you about. One of them happens kind of pretty early on in the movie, and I don't want to say too much for the sake of spoilers, but involves a ghost vomiting blood right into your mouth. I'm so curious about how you went about filming that.
Okay, that was the scene I was looking forward to the most from day one. Like the first day that we started filming, I was like, oh my God, okay, I get to be covered in blood on this day, and I cannot wait for it. The day before, I could hardly sleep because I was so excited. I've never gotten to do anything like that. So I don't know. I was just looking forward to it so much. And it was definitely a lot more than I expected, like the feeling of being covered in blood and the taste. But you know what? I would do it all over again a million times because it was all around just so much fun to film.
It looked like it was fun.
Yeah.
It grossed me out a little bit, but it looked like it was fun.
Yeah, and also it was awesome because they had a shower upstairs and it was all blocked off for me. They had towels, they had a change of clothes for me and everything. So it was very nice. Everyone made sure I was very comfortable and felt warm afterwards because the blood was actually very cold.
It was very sticky too.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yes,
How many times did you have to do it? Like, do that scene?
For me, I could only do it. I think we were able to do it twice, but really only once because we had to do a continuation once I was already covered in the blood. But they wanted it to be more on my face, and I definitely agreed with that because I felt like it should have been like all over when it not instead of just down here. So we did it again and like all got in my mouth. But again, all I can say is just it was so much fun. That's what I love about horror, like horror movies in general, and just getting to be a part of the horror genre is you get to do so many different things. And I feel like you get to do more things that are a little more out of the box, I guess. Just
Yep.
things that you would definitely not get to do in your everyday life. Yeah.
Sure, sure. That leads right into what I was going to ask you about next, because the ending, the whole third act of this movie, some big stuff goes down. You kind of, yeah, you kind of are in a situation where you're almost playing like two different characters at the same time, and kind
Yes.
of, was that hard at all to do?
You know what? Honestly, I don't it was more fun. I guess it was kind of it was good that I knew when I was a certain character and when I was a different character. I don't know if I can say the names or the characters that I was, but yeah, I loved getting to be possessed so much. So it was much easier to go into that character than it was to like go back to just being Judith, I guess. But you know what? I had already gotten a chance to really get into the character of Judith beforehand and really early on in the earlier days of filming. But I had just prayed that my second character part, the possession part, really played across on screen well. And so I had hoped at the premiere, I had gotten to see it beforehand, but I didn't know how other people were going to take
Sure.
it because I never played a possessed character before. But everyone told me that I did a good job, so I hope they're not lying to me, and I hope it actually played well on
No,
screen.
they're not. It's totally believable, and it's so
Okay,
much fun.
good. Thank you so much.
hmm Sure. And my last question for you, just real quick, is now you have the Curse the Necklace out, you worked on it together. Have you started talking? Do you have any ideas or any plans to keep working together on any other projects?
That would
For
be
sure.
a blessing.
We definitely want to work with each other again.
I would,
especially since the first one was like
so fun. Yeah. I would love to get to work with my sister no matter what. Any of my siblings. I've gotten to work with my brothers before, but never on a movie.
Never
So
me.
I don't know.
Never me.
Maybe I'll get to work with them next on a